Hey Rocky Peak, it's great to be with you here. We are here at Gezer, and I mentioned this weekend if you were at church that this is one of my favorite sites in Israel. We're in the southern part of Israel, not that far from the Mediterranean Sea, near the coastal plain, also not that far from Tel Aviv. But during the time of King Solomon, he had three major we call them chariot cities, and they were like military fortresses. In ancient times, they didn't have like nuclear bombs or kind of tanks, but they would have chariots was their big weapon of warfare. So he had one in the north at Hatzor, one in the middle of the country at Megiddo, and one here at Gezer. So interesting history here to Gezer. When Joshua came into the promised land, they were supposed to completely rid the land of the pagan population so they'd have a place where the knowledge of God could thrive and would prepare for one day the coming of the Messiah. But they weren't able to drive out everyone, and were specifically told that in Gezer they made a compromise. Instead of driving everyone out, they left a lot of the Canaanites here in Gezer, but forced them to do forced labor. Now, the problem with that is God had warned Israel, if you don't drive the people out completely, you will follow their gods. They'll become a snare to you, which will ruin your life. And that's exactly what happened. And so you can see behind me here that we have an example of what we call standing stones. And archaeologists believe very likely these were the Canaanite worship site. There's actually an altar here. And so it's a great picture of what happens in our life when we try to follow God, but also allow other gods in our life, sort of with the mentality, I will follow God plus this, God plus that. And that's what they did. So when Jesus came, he said it's impossible, for example, for a person to seek to worship God and mammon, money. We may think we can compromise or balance those two, but ultimately there has to be one God in our life. There can't be other gods. Otherwise, those other gods will eventually emerge and become our number one God. And that's exactly what happened here at Tel Gezer, that they did not drive out the Canaanites. They ended up becoming a part of their worship, and it led to the destruction of their nation. And so just an incredible sight, one of my favorite places to come. Wanted to take you along with us on the journey. So God bless. We'll be shooting a lot of videos on this trip. I hope you can join us. But the big takeaway is we can't serve God plus. It can't be Jesus plus. If there's anything else in our life that is more important than Him, we will eventually trade Him for that, and it will lead to our destruction. So God bless you. I love you. Have a great day, and we'll be back with you soon.